She is one, I think, who has a pure heart. And she has what I call that fire in the belly. And it's infectious. To tell you how I akin to her too. She has this pedigree, she's a doctor and all that good stuff. But she is a person that has a heart for people. Not everybody has that. So I'm not gonna belabor my talk about my mentor. Dr. Beck.
So let me give you some good news. I am not one of them long-winded speakers who take all day and all night, because it's really not about my message tonight. It's about recognizing all of our graduates. So I believe in the 3 B's. The baby, be brief. Go ahead and say what I'm gonna say, and then take my seat and just love on God a little bit. Is that okay? Miss Olivia, thank you for that introduction. You are so kind. I see your heart, and I love you so, so very, very much. So before I get into my formal remarks, I just want to say a few things that are off script, because I'm an off script kind of girl, right? The off script comments are normally much better than the formal comments. So I have been in higher education for 30 plus years. I know y'all saying, but she looks so young. I know, I remember when I was 5. I know. And I worked at the university for, I want to say 11 years. And so recently, it's been about a year now, I resigned from the university, and I started my own business. And I walked into Miss Olivia's office with big crocodile tears in my eyes, and I said, I just don't know where to start. And I shared some personal things with me. One thing about Miss Olivia, she don't tell your secrets. You can count on that. You tell Miss Olivia something, it's in the vault. And I said, I have this vision for my business. I would like to launch a motivational speaking and consulting firm, but I just need some help. And I just appreciate all the great advice that you gave me, Miss Olivia. But what I want to say to you is, if you want your business to soar, you must invest in yourself. So I just want to give a little testimony, and I'm going to get to my little remarks. After working at the university for so long, many people in the community just knew me as the UT girl. Oh yeah, she worked at UT. So when my goal was to launch this motivational speaking and consulting firm, I needed to shift the thinking. Although I love UT and I love the Rockets, I was no longer an employee there, so I had to figure out, okay, how do I shift the thinking? And so there's something called brand recognition. And when I'm talking about brand recognition, you know, if you think about Tiffany's jewelry, you know, that comes in that's right, little blue box, right? Yeah. That means they do a good job with branding, right? And so since I was so busy in the community and so vocal about my community engagement, I was just a UT girl. So I invested thousands of dollars in a corporate marketing firm, the same firm that branded LeBron James. I said, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And so I had this ginormous brand launch at the Delta Hotel. And the launch, although I had speakers and all that good stuff, the launch really was to let people know about the rebirth, right? And so it took some professional photos, it took working with that branding and marketing firm. And y'all, I thought I was somebody out there. It's about 20 people, you know, the management team, you know, doing everything. But my point is, you have to invest in yourself. I went to an event last night at the UT Foundation. I didn't know those people. They were, you know, some of the big donors. Let me see who in here. Yeah, 2 white people walked up to me. And one lady said, I follow you on social media. You're that SOAR girl. And I said, to God be the glory. You know, I've been in the mall. I've been in places. People now know me as my business name. so all I'm saying is, as you are on this journey of entrepreneurship, just remember you must invest in yourself. Now, you will probably have to spend how much money. I invested because I got these big posters and all these people running around, to have this ginormous event, but that's because my personality is extra. So anyway, just appreciate the value of brand recognition. I had a mission. I had to shift from a powerful title and reputation to now shift it to a new brand, author, writer, motivational speaker, all kind of good stuff. So I thought that was worthy in my off-script comments to make sure that I shared that with you. So the title of my formal address tonight is called As a Man Thinketh. Now I want to take y'all to church, although we're already in church, but I think you are familiar with that particular passage. As a man thinketh, so is he. Good evening, family, friends, and supporters. And more importantly, good evening to the bold, the brave, the committed new business owners sitting before me today. Let me start by saying this very clearly. Tonight is not just a graduation. It is, in fact, a declaration. A declaration that you chose courage over comfort, vision over fear. You decided your future would not be defined by circumstances, but by intention. And for that, I honor you. Now I want to ground us in a powerful truth. Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As you think, so you become. If you think small, you will build small. If you think fear, you will move in a hesitant fashion. But if you think purpose, power, and prosperity, you will build something that not only sustains you, but transforms you and the community you serve. Your business did not begin when you filled out paperwork. Your business began the moment you changed your mindset. Because before there was a product, a service, a brand, there was a thought. I call it fire in the belly. I showed that to Miss Olivia when I walked up here. Now let's take a moment to honor a woman who believed in you before some of you fully believed in yourself. Let's celebrate the visionary, the builder of people, and the cultivator of dreams. Can we just give it up for Matt Olivia? Because visionaries don't just create programs, they create pathways. They open doors. They take phone calls late at night. They do all the things that new entrepreneurs need. They see something in others that hasn't yet been fully realized, and they build systems, spaces, and support to bring vision to life. Olivia, holding your leadership, your commitment, and your belief in community entrepreneurship has created not just graduates, but change agents. We love you so much. As some of you may know, I live my life by the principle of SOAR. So my business, the parent company, because Ms. Olivia told me that. The parent company is Next Chapter Enterprises, NCE. But under that is SOAR. SOAR is the name of my book. 2 books now. There's a series. And you never know how God would just take something off. I thought it was just a book. But now SOAR has become a part of my brand recognition. SOAR is in fact an acronym. SOAR stands for Surviving Obstacles, Attaining Rewards. And it simply means this. For every obstacle in life you face and in your business, It's not there to stop you. It's there to shape you, stretch you, position you for the reward on the other side. My God. So when you hear me say soar, I am reminding you, you already have what it takes to get through it and to get to it. Graduates, when you leave here tonight, I want you to remember four things. Dr. Val's SOAR principles for business and life. Don't you love when people talk about themselves in third person? I do that a lot. I think it's funny. Anyway, so 4 principles, and I'm getting to my close. The S, see it before you see it. Everything starts in your mind. If you can't see your business thriving, scaling, and impacting lives, then you won't build toward it. Protect your thoughts. Feed your vision. Speak life over your journey. And one more thing that's off script. Be careful who you share your vision and your dreams with. Number 2, overcome every obstacle. I just want to be real with you for just a minute because I love you. I love you because y'all belong to Miss Olivia. Obstacles are coming. I'm not going to sugarcoat this thing. Obstacles are coming. It's not an if or maybe or might. Obstacles are coming. So the question is when. But here's what I know and what I teach. Every obstacle carries a reward on the other side. I don't care how difficult the obstacle is, it carries a reward on the other side. I am absolutely a daddy's girl. My daddy has been gone 20-some years. When he passed, y'all, I didn't want to grieve because I didn't want my mama to see me sad. So I chose, with my counseling degree, not to grieve. I said, I'm gonna just take care of my mom. I'm not gonna grieve through this process. And it did not end well. But I will say this, as big as that obstacle was, when I found myself sitting on the bathroom floor at Maury High School, sobbing. I was the head counselor. I'm just sobbing. I couldn't get myself together. Let me tell you the blessing in that. I didn't have any tools to deal with grief. Guess why? Because I ain't been through nothing. At that time in my life, I had not lost anyone close to me. There were no major obstacles. I had no tools. This mic is driving me nuts. I had no tools in my toolbox to, pull out because I hadn't been through anything. So when I examine something that I feel like was a major tragedy in my life, a major obstacle, the reward that I see, God protected me for 28 years from any major obstacle. So just know, there will be an obstacle. And so when things get hard, and they will, don't stop. Don't stop, don't shrink, don't second guess yourself, push through it. Because the breakthrough is already waiting for you. We're just actors in a play. He already knows the outcome. We just have to do what he has put down inside of us. I like to call them seeds of greatness. I'm moving on to the A. The A, and for y'all who didn't pick it up, I'm spelling SOAR, S-O-A. Did y'all pick that up? Okay, I want to make sure. Okay, so I get so excited, I want to make sure I remind you. The A stands for align with purpose. Money is important. It is. It's not the most important thing, but it is important. Success is important, but purpose, passion. Purpose is what sustains you when things get difficult. Ask yourself daily, who am I serving? What problem am I solving? What legacy am I building? When your business is aligned with purpose, it becomes bigger than you. are reap the rewards. Yes, you will be rewarded, not just financially, but in impact, influence, legacy. Because when you stay committed to your vision, your growth becomes inevitable. Graduates, let me leave you with this. You're not just business owners. That sounds cheap. Oh, I got my own business, right? No. You're not just business owners. You are community builders, because I know you're gonna give back. You are entrepreneurs. You are solution creators. And you are dreamers. You are doers. You should walk boldly, think powerfully, build unapologetically, and when doubt tries to creep in, and it will, go back to the word. Proverbs, as a man thinketh, so is he. So, I suffer with depression, and I take a little something for it, and I talk to a few people about it, because, and it's not like a major depression, it is normally situational. And so I went through a time when my business was not flourishing, and so it made me sad. Sad because when your business not flourishing, you spending money out, but that money won't come in, and so some bills weren't getting paid, and I was very, very stressed. I found myself up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I keep up with a journal about my baby. And God gave me some words. And it was, as a man thinketh, so is he. That verse applies to you and me. Restoration, preparation. As a man thinketh, so is he. That verse applies to you. Like it just kept like over and over my head. I'm like, oh, what's this? So I got it, and I just started writing it. And, you know, the enemy will creep in your head and try to change your mindset. And so sometimes you have to receive information in different ways. So I am, in fact, an author, a motivational speaker. I'm a lot of things, but I am not a music producer. But when I tell you God put that song in my spirit, as a man thinketh, so is he. That verse applies to you and me. As a man thinketh, so is he. That verse applies to you and me. Restore me, Lord, is my cry. Restore me. Abundant blessings by and by. As a man thinketh, so is he. That verse applies to you and me. As a man thinketh, so is he. That verse applies to you and me. Restore me. Just over and over and over again. I said, well, the Lord's speaking to me. And I'm kind of hard-headed. So sometimes I have to hear things and see things in more than one way. And so my restoration has come through song and through sharing my story. So when that doubt comes in, I want you to sing that little song. As a man thinketh, so is he. That verse applies to you and me. I want you to think big. I want you to think bold. I want you to think limitless, because that is exactly who you are becoming. Congratulations, class of the 77th graduation of Assets Toledo Leadership Academy. Now go out there and soar. Survive your obstacle, attain your reward. I love you, and best wishes and major, major blessings upon your life, upon your family, upon your business. I speak blessings, prosperity, huge dreams over your life, and may everything, receive it, may everything you touch turn to pure gold. I love you, and the Lord